What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
My name is Jeff.
And it's monthly review time. Better late than never. And what an amazing episode we've got coming up for you guys. We've got some amazing giveaways to give. We've got a very, very special guest. I can't wait to do this. Let's go. So welcome back, everyone, to monthly review. And we've finally got Becky to come on. You okay? You nervous?
A little bit.
So apologies as always with the sound, the mic and the stand that I bought thanks to you amazing guys is on the way. So hopefully soon we're going to have something that can be stretched out here where we're able to just speak directly into. And obviously while we're on that, thank you so much to the additional support, and obviously thank you so much to my man, the handsome fella Raymondo.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
But no, he really is an amazing guy and an even better gamer. He really, really is. Yeah, unbelievable. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is a slightly different format, which we'll kind of get into as we go through. We're going to do my list as we usually do. We're then actually going to bring Becky's list in because we've started to introduce her a little bit to trophies. Obviously, you've played games before, haven't you? In the past,
For a long time. I've got brothers and my dad have played games a lot. He thinks he brought them out me, but it was already there. It was already there.
But you're starting to get the kind of trophy bug a little bit.
No, but as I said before, it's more the fact that I don't like seeing things not completed.
Yeah.
More so than true. No, to be fair, the little ping makes me buzz. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, that's how it started with me. Like I used to rinse Alex. See, when I was gaming quite heavily, it was just Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, as all you guys know. And then Alex was getting these trophies, and I was just like, what's the point? Just enjoy your games. But then I started to kind of look at the percentages, and I was seeing games just sat like 20%, 12%, all this stuff, and I was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. And that's when you kind of catch the bug, and then before you know it, you kind of stuck in. But no, so we'll go through my profile. It's been a pretty good month again. Obviously with the change in my job, it's given me that time now to get playing some video games basically, and then we're going to look at yours, aren't we? See what you've done, which
There's
is
not much there.
Well, it's just the start of a brand new profile. So if anything, you guys get to go through the journey from the very beginning with how you do, rather than you already having something that's got kind of so much in there. So yeah, we'll fly through the stats as normal. Again, we're not going to compare from last month to this month, as you know the videos are getting very long. So we'll fly through it. So 689 trophy level, 17,102 trophies, 440 platinums, 3,024 gold, 3,832 silver, and we've got 9,806 bronze. 520 games played. 417 of those completed to 100%, so I'm on 94.48%, which has actually gone up from last month. However, it would have been even higher, but me being me, saying I wasn't going to start any new games until Star Wars, until Jedi Survivor, sorry. Yeah, I did start 2 new games, but I'll give some explanation to that as we get to the games, and it'll kind of make sense. But same with the unearned trophies, I set myself a goal to bring that under 1,000. I think I would have been there, or I would have been very close if it hadn't have been for games I'd started, but we'll get to them. 5.57 trophies per day. We're nearly at 5,000 views on the page, which is amazing to see. Love to see it. Well drank. Love to see it. And on that, actually, because we were meant to say give Nex a little shout out, weren't we?
Matchy.
Yeah, she wanted us to twin the t-shirts for a photo, and we've obviously been very busy, haven't we, with moving your stuff in and all that kind of thing. So we decided to just hold off and do it on the video.
Tried to wear his hoodie though. Said it wasn't acceptable.
Yeah, I was going to put the hoodie on just so it was a bit different, but we wanted to go full matchy. Yeah, so let's dive straight in. So what we'll do, we'll bring it all the way down to the first trophy we earned in March. It is going to look a little off. You'll see some games straight away at the top. It's just because it's taken us so long to get the video out. I've started to earn trophies in April. I will touch on them because it's something that has been played through March. But yeah, just in case you kind of wondered why I'd left those ones in. So we'll bring it up to sort of Crisis Core really. as that was the first one I got. So it was actually a good start to the month, although I will be honest, the majority of it was played prior to March. I just happened to grind out the last few trophies. Yeah, I don't need to let you guys know how much I love Final Fantasy, but yeah, it was really good going into Zach's journey. Something I never got to play when I was younger, as I never had a PSP. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a very straightforward platinum. If you guys plan on playing it, there are a lot of missables with no chapter select like 7 Remake, so I do recommend that you follow a bit of a guide just for those missables. But it was enjoyable. The optional boss wasn't too bad. I did have to follow a little guide from Power Picks with a certain setup just to make Minerva a little bit more manageable. But yeah, great game. Good start to the month, and then kind of following up with another game that I really enjoyed, which was Forspoken. A lot of people seem to not like it, it seems, from things I've read in the community, but I had a really fun time with it. I enjoyed the story, and for those of you who said the world is dead and empty, I didn't really get that, and I do think there were reasons why it was that way. That was kind of the whole point of it, you know, everything had been kind of removed, so there was a reason it was like that. They haven't just created a bland world on purpose, I don't think. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and it's certainly something I would recommend to people. You know, the combat is super cool, the powers are very fun, and yeah, so yeah, that's Forspoken. Spoke about it a lot, but yeah, go and play it, enjoy it, make your own mind up. You know, don't listen to what reviewers are saying. So Tony Hawk saying, you'll notice a big jump in the trophies here. So you've probably heard me mention a couple of times on a few other videos where I said I'd kind of put it to the back, purely because I was catching up on other games. It really didn't get played, but I was confident that when I put some time into it, it was going to click, and it did. You know, I put a few hours in one day, and I went from being the worst player in history to someone half decent. I'm still not at Alex's level. He is coming over this weekend, so I'm hoping he can teach me a few things, and maybe we can look at more of the trophies. But yeah, kind of something just clicked. I was able to chain tricks together a little easier. So yeah, we popped so many trophies just on one day. It went from like 10% or something to 65. But you don't like me playing it because I'm a skater, do you?
Why does it always have to be a girl? He's obsessed with ginger-haired girls. And clearly that is not me. Blonde hair, blue eyes, not that.
No, it's not. It's just... everyone in the chat knows this started from like Black Widow and stuff. It just, that's where it kind of happened. And Amy Pond from Doctor Who. And then when I played Horizon, there's just something about, like, I've always played, like, from a kid, Lara Croft. You know, I was a big fan of like Aliens and Terminator, so like Sarah Connor, Ripley. I think there's just something badass about a female protagonist. And Alex will vouch for me when he comes over, because he does the same thing. He plays as a female. I just think it's better. And for a game that's 100 hours, I don't want to stare at a bloke's backside, do I? Anyway, but yeah, Tony Hawk hopefully will get there. It is very difficult. I know some of these hard get there challenges are ridiculous, but we'll see. The Last of Us, something we can talk about together a little bit, isn't it? Because as I've told you before, we're playing it together. Just been busy, haven't we?
Yeah.
Really.
And I'm a massive pansy.
Yeah, so
and it frightens the life out of me.
Because we started with you playing, didn't we? You...
It's technically still me playing. You just get it thrust at you when I'm too scared.
Now and again. Yeah, so there's been one or two sections. I'm trying to think where it was where I'd kind of taken over.
Pushing the car was the first one.
Oh, in Billstown, yeah, leaving, pushing the car, and then...
You wouldn't take it off me in the gym when I was getting attacked by a bloater and I was like dying and I had like no ammo and I'm running around and they're all coming at me and you're like, no, you can do it. And I literally had a meltdown.
Yeah, so there's only been one or two sections, hasn't there? And then the bit underneath in the hotel where you've got to get the key card, start the generator, and then they all come, running and screaming through the door.
The music changed. I knew something was going to happen. It wasn't okay.
But yeah, so we are really enjoying it. Yeah. But we have been very busy with our jobs and stuff. Schedules haven't always aligned, as I've said, and then when it's come to us having kind of time together, we've been playing our own games. So then you've wanted to play Spider-Man, haven't you? And then you've now been playing Life is Strange, which we'll get onto, and then we've both been playing Chia and stuff. So yeah, we have had a little bit of time, but we've opted for other games.
Light-hearted games.
Yeah, and then we tend to leave this when it's dark and on a night and things, and
just to scare me that little bit more.
yeah, and obviously it's not getting dark till a bit later. So we say, oh, we'll play Chia for a little bit, or we'll do this for a little bit, and then put The Last of Us on, and then we get engrossed in what we're doing, and we just carry on. But we will this month, I'm confident, because I want to watch the TV show, and we still only watched episode 3, because I want Becky to experience the game first. Human Fall Flat will skim over. It's just, you guys know, it's just DLC clean-up. I really like the fact that they keep supporting it and popping other levels in, just to go in and have a few extra trophies. It's only 3, but yeah. Stranger of Paradise, not a platinum for March. This is something I've done at release. However, I've picked the DLC up with Wilco. You all know Wilco now. It was also coming today, so I'm very excited to spend some time with the lads. We're going to hopefully put some of the videos out with the 3 of us as well. But yeah, we've been working our way through the DLC. We've done the first one, the Trials of the Dragon King, which is around Bahamut. Quite enjoyable, a lot of repeating stuff, but it's Final Fantasy stuff, isn't it? So I'm always up for that. It is quite difficult, so I don't know if I'll get the 100%, but we move, we keep trying. Hogwarts Legacy, we're at end game now, so we're nearly there. It's just the collectibles, for those of you who've done it, you'll know. I'm pretty much, I think there is literally one collection chest in the entire kind of open world. I've got one demiguise statue and a couple, maybe 3 or 4 field page guides, or whatever they're called, in Hogsmeade, and then there's another bunch of stuff in Hogwarts. Once that's done, we're done. Everything else is kind of boxed off. Absolutely love the game. It's still so far my game of the year. I haven't played Resi 4 yet, so we'll see. And then there's obviously other games like Spider-Man 2 to come out, and Final Fantasy 16, so I might change my mind, but so far, unbelievable. So this brings me to the first kind of new game. And you guys will have heard me mention before, James, absolute respect buddy, dropped me £15 PSN voucher for my birthday. I can't honestly thank you enough, such an amazing gesture. I was kind of going through the store, having a little think about what I could buy. I was looking at a few different indie games maybe, and then I stumbled upon Doom Eternal's Super Duper Deluxe Special Edition, whichever one it was. It was only about 19 quid, so I put the voucher towards that. I've always wanted to play, but it gets Alex off my back as well, because he breaks into my house in the night and asks me if I've played Doom Eternal. Like, it literally never stops. He's just hanging over my bed. Have you played Doom Eternal yet? But honestly, he's never shut up about it, so that's why I'm playing it. But honestly, it's really good. I did mention a few videos ago about a question I'd asked Alex, where it was start, bench, sell between Modern Warfare 2, Titanfall 2, Doom Eternal. Now I've played it more. I don't think Doom Eternal is as good as Modern Warfare 2 and Titanfall 2. It's probably the lack of a narrative for me. It's super fun, the gunplay, it is really, really slick and it's great. But I think just that lack of story makes the other two better for me. But I'm having a great time with it, nevertheless. And a bit like Tony Hawk, you'll see Demon's Souls has finally jumped up a load as well. So another game that kind of got pushed back because I was playing so many others. But I went in and again put a little bit of time, and it just kind of clicked again. Got my setup right, and I was just taking bosses down and down and down. And you can see, barring the platinum, which comes automatically, there's literally 3 trophies left, which is all rings, magic spells and miracles. That's all I'm doing, so I'm just kind of going around getting all of those, adjusting my tendency a little bit in some of the areas to get some of the rings that you need. But yeah, we should have the Demon's Souls Platinum before long. Resi 5, which I've posted quite recently in the server, and one of my longest ones as well. Tomb Raider still is, I went back to that after 7 years something, but Resi 5 I think it's my second longest one now at 6 years 8 months. I don't know why I stopped playing it. I've done all the hard work, got infinite ammo for all of the guns, it was just a case of there was 9 levels that I needed to S rank to just unlock the last kind of figurine, like Wesker's figurine or whatever it is. So I thought while Paul was over, we weren't in a FIFA mood like we normally are when he's round. So we chucked Resi 5 on, and we just went round, infinite rocket launcher, infinite shotguns, and absolutely annihilated it. So yeah, it was nice to get that cleaned up, which is something I'm going to do with other games. And then last but not least, Cheer. We're loving it, aren't we?
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's great. It really, really is. We can maybe talk about it a bit more in yours because you've got less games. But I think it's quality. I remember it was almost like day 1 or 2 from when it became available to download, and this trophy community through social media, they were absolutely panning it. You know, put it on after 5 minutes, didn't like it, it was clunky, it's garbage, you don't know where you're going. Like, once you get out that first section and you understand how the compass works, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like, it really, really is. So I don't get that. I think it was unfair. I think it's very magical. I just love the world, the colourful art style. It is fantastic, and it's something I've pretty much done. I know it says I need 5 trophies, but I've done the entire checklist. But there's a treasure hunt, isn't there? Which has, did you say?
21 maps, I think.
21 maps you've got to follow. So, yeah, it sounds like a long grind, but it is just different locations on the map, opening different chests in different ways that you can turn into a crab, can't you? Just
you've got to snip it.
Snip the chains, dig and stuff. So it'd just be a case of going to the points on the map and just going to unlock the last few, like the clothes and things that you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my list. I think I've done all right. You know, I'm not Griff, you know, but it's been a decent month for me based on other months, I would say. And hopefully this month we're looking at like Demon's Souls, Doom, Hogwarts, Cheer. You know, it's going to be a decent month. We've already done Resi 5, so we've got 1 platinum for the month. I'm probably going to start Life is Strange True Colours. I think now I've got that. We'll both play it.
Yeah,
you know, once you've caught up in the series, we'll go through it. So I'll put my headset on, you could do the same, so we're not hearing it. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, that's my list. Hope you've liked it. We're going to switch over to Becky's now, see what she's been doing. Let's have a look. So to Becky's profile then. It's only a titchy tiny profile, isn't it? It's but no, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where it goes and what games you decide to play. Some you've done on my recommendation, some you've just started when I wasn't even like home and stuff, which is quite good. But yeah, take it away, although people can see it. You know, I always like to read them out because we do have some that will listen to it, you know, while they're doing other things.
Rather than watching. I like doing that too.
Yeah, and I do it with other stuff, so I think if you can at least hear it. Look at the baby numbers.
It is absolutely brand new, because when I did go to log in, I couldn't remember my password for the life of me. So it was easier just to use one of my new email addresses and just completely start afresh, which is actually probably good, because if I hadn't, who knows what games were on there and what I wouldn't have ever been able to complete, and it would have stressed me out. Yeah. So, Jeff would like me to talk about my little tag on my PSN profile. So it says Teesside Steelers because I coach American football, women's American football team. I used to play for them, but butchered my knees. Yep. Tore an ACL, had surgery. The other one decided it likes to dislocate now, but it is what it is. But yeah, I coach the Teesside Steelers. We're based obviously in Teesside. It's an amazing sport.
Two-sided.
If there's any of you girls out there that ever thought you want to try something different, there's all over the country. There's American football teams. It's a really good sport.
Yeah, it's good to watch as well. I know sometimes sports people, like I'm obviously a proper football fan, not American football where it's with an egg. And with your hand, how's that football? Hand egg.
They're American.
Hand egg.
They're American. It's not me.
But no, yeah, I'm obviously a football fan. You might watch like the Super Bowl or something, you know, just because it's quite a big event. You might like dip into that. Generally speaking, I had no interest in it at all. But I've been to watch Becky coach and watch little bits of the training. It's actually really good to watch. I quite enjoy it.
It's very skill based, and you've got to. It's really in depth, like thinking wise, rather than just a brute sport that you can just play. I mean, it is that too, definitely, but...
I can imagine having a lot of fun playing it. Like, it looks good to watch, so I'd love to just charge into people and nothing, but that'd be brilliant, that. If you're in football, you can't do it. They're all fairies now. It's like, oh, the whistle. He rolls out, he's doing a Neymar and starts rolling around. Nah, it's pretty good. But yeah, sorry.
So... Obviously, I've only got 253 total trophies,
Pretty good.
but it's getting there. So I haven't been playing it that long, bear in mind.
To be fair,
so...
you haven't at all.
3 platinums. I was so proud of these little platinums. Hopefully soon to be 5. I should get Life is Strange Before the Storm and Cheer very soon.
Yeah.
12 gold, 41 silver, and 197 bronze. Obviously, that one's always going to be the biggest. So I've only played 14 games on my little profile.
Yep.
Only completed 3 of the 14.
Work in progress.
36.87% completion. 268 unearned trophies. 1.56 trophies per day. Where's the 25 views come from? Don't know where that is.
Probably me checking you out.
Probably you. Yeah, just like to sit at work stalking me. Shouldn't it is?
Stalking me. How'd you go, Yorkshire?
I don't know.
Sit at work stalking me.
Anyway.
Right. Where are you in the world? Dear me, 2 billion.
How many people are in the world?
7 billion.
I'm alright then.
Doing alright. I don't think they're all on Pearson profiles. But no, don't worry too much about the ranking. It used to be something I was obsessed with, and then there was like, and I'm guilty of playing some of them myself, not as bad as some, but these like grubby games where you could literally, I haven't really told you about them, but you can boot them up and just press one button. And it just like...
Are these all the ones with the really weird names?
So there's like a jumping...
Yeah.
The jumping palmo.
There's the burger and the hot dog and everything, isn't there?
Yeah. And it's literally just a still image of a piece of food just going up and down. You jump like 1,000 times and you get the platinum. So yeah, they're a bit rubbish. So we'll bring it down to March.
Oh, okay. There is literally only Spider-Man.
Because although there's a couple of other games, we'll, once the list is padded out a lot more, we will properly review it. But for now, we'll just have a look at what you've done each month. So where was it? Oh, Spider-Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, Spider-Man. I really, really, really enjoyed this. Obviously, I'm an absolute Marvel nerd anyway. I always have been. It was just...
Who was your favourite though?
Obviously Cap. The boy.
Chosen. Well, that was literally what done it. We met in a bar, and like you just said, "Oh, like Captain America," and I fell over it. I was like, I want taking her home. But yeah, it's big Marvel fans, aren't we?
Big Marvel fans,
obviously.
So yeah, I enjoyed all of the little things that you had to do. And figuring out how, I mean, I did have to ask for some help sometimes for...
It was only the... I can't remember.
Called the drones.
Yeah, you go through the kind of like circular kind of checkpoints, don't you, yeah. My
dexterity and my ability, it's getting better, don't get me wrong, it's getting better. But my ability to use 2 analog sticks in one go, bear in mind, I'm really sporty. But I'm also very clumsy. And my ability for my brain to reach my extremities doesn't quite link. So that's where I'm struggling. I'm getting better. I'm getting a lot better. But yeah, really enjoyed Spider-Man. Obviously, I've got all the DLCs to go, which is why the completion's only at 63%. But getting that platinum was a relief.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was playing it for an absolute lifetime, grinding at it. But no, I really, really enjoyed it. Currently playing it, well, I haven't played in a little while, but doing it on the hardest difficulty, so I'm not looking forward to the boss fights, to be honest. And I mean, at some point, I 100% bet that he will record me in boss fights, because I start sitting on the sofa, and then the more stressed I get, I end up on the floor, and then I end up like this close to the TV, because I'm like, come on, I can do this.
Because I'm sat and I can see you getting closer to the TV out the corner of my eye.
Tommy knows it's intense, because I'm like, move up to the telly.
yeah, it's quite funny. Life is Strange.
Yeah, my only other one in March is Life is Strange, which I thought there was another one. I thought I played something else, but clearly not.
What, in March?
Yeah.
No. Do you want to know what the other platinum is? Go on, we'll show them, just because it's funny. There you go. What's wrong with this one?
Oh no, I can't get 100%. It's probably stressing me out. I'm not paying for a VR. At the end of the day, it's not fair. It's not okay.
It's just so funny because obviously, as you guys know, it's all I go on about because it winds me up. And then I remember you getting the platinum for it and you were like, why is it not 100% for?
It hurts my heart.
It is frustrating. I'm
Yeah.
going to pinch someone's VR and then get the trophies and then sneak it back from somewhere. I'm going to have to.
But anyway, back to Life is Strange. So, these are the type of games that I like, aren't they? And you figured that out. Like, I've played, what's it?
Until Dawn. Is that what we went with?
Yeah, Until Dawn and, where's it gone? Love What Remains of Edith Finch. The Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, I played that, and then you were like, right, if you like that, and the type of storyline with the characters and things.
Which the people who do A Way Out, which is what I
Yeah.
said we should play. It Takes Two,
Yeah.
which is what we're going to play. I couldn't believe you were playing Brothers though. So this is one of the games where I was just at work and I happened to just go on the PS app. And you were playing that, and I was just like, oh, the 8 million games I've got in my library.
So many.
I was
It was
thinking-
on that, wasn't it? Oh, was it
No,
on
it's
that?
on there. It's
I was just,
digital,
yeah, I was just flicking trying to
I
find
don't even know if you
something.
can get it physical. Maybe you can. I'm not sure. But yeah, I seen you were playing. I was like, what a choice! Like,
It was really good.
it
I
is
did really enjoy it.
it's a really powerful story. It really is. So yeah, Life is Strange done. Obviously got Before the Storm on the go.
Yes. I'm not enjoying it as much as Life is Strange though. It's alright.
Yeah,
But Life is Strange, obviously, at the minute is my favourite.
it's probably I mean, I haven't played True Colours yet, but I know True Colours is going to be better than Before the Storm, so I'm just going to go out and say that Before the Storm is probably the weakest one out of them.
I guess that's probably though because there's no special powers in Before the Storm.
Yeah,
That's the whole concept of Life is Strange, is it not?
Well, because the two. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but obviously there's powers.
Yeah.
And then obviously we watched the trailer, didn't we, for True Colours, and she has the power to know what people are feeling. So yeah, there's always kind of that element or mechanic, isn't there, where they've got powers. But yeah, then once you've caught up, you can play 2, and we'll play True Colours, yeah.
And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll just need 1 more platinum.
Yeah, exactly.
For your challenge.
I'll give you a little task to know, was it said, so you need to be on 7 platinums before the Easter holidays finish.
Oh, so I only need 4 more then?
Yeah, so you're going to get cheering Before the Storm pretty quickly.
And then it's just the other 2 Life is Strange.
Well, if you just do My Name is Mel. You don't know what that is, do you?
No!
She doesn't know what My Name is Mel. We're going to have to
I mean, to be fair, I didn't understand what it's all I heard come out of your mouth then. I just say it so fast.
So My Name is Mel is did it start? It almost did, and it's pretty much meme culture at this point, where it's literally just a jar of mayonnaise and you've got like a hand cursor which you can move around, and you've got to press X and the finger just taps on the jar of mayonnaise and the jar like pings as if it's hitting, it's like ding ding ding, and there's a counter going up in the corner. You've got 10,000 clicks, I think, so you just sit there button bashing like crazy for 10,000 and you get a platinum. They started to add a few extra things in the second and third. On the second one you can put like bikinis on the jar of mayonnaise, and it's just a bit weird, isn't it?
I feel like that's a cheat though.
What do you mean?
That's not getting a proper platinum, is it?
Oh no, it's not. But it's kind of like My Name is Mel is acceptable for some reason.
How is that acceptable?
If you go on a trophy list and My Name is Mel is not there, you're not a trophy hunter. It's the holy trinity. It's the holy trinity of trophies. I'll have to show you. We'll download it. You can just sit there. But yeah, Chia, similar to me, it's top of the list. The one with Rico.
Well done. Words, Jeffrey, words.
Whole name as well, Jeffrey. Yeah, Chia's the one we've both played most recently, isn't it?
See, this is the one who's regretting the most though. So he decided that we should play it together,
Just at the
alongside each other.
same time.
Obviously, played at different rates, choosing to do things differently. However, very competitive.
Yeah.
Very, very competitive. Do not like to be beaten. So he goes out of his way to annoy me. There's been tantrums. I won't lie to you. As you can see from the comparison, my percentage is only 39, whereas yours was in the 60s. I've been doing the treasure map. I'm up to, I think, 15 on the treasure hunt. But you've got all the collectibles and the claw machines just doing my head in.
I love the claw
No,
machine.
it's really irritating.
I'm annoyed there's only 2 of them and not like just claw machines all
The
over
red
the map.
light is over the ball and it's not picking it up. It's very frustrating.
You'll get there.
Shut up.
You'll be alright. We'll get you there.
Condescending, look.
But yeah, it's a great game, as we said when
Yeah,
we looked
really
at
good,
mine.
beautiful.
Pure Moana vibes, just
Yeah.
Moana and Maui kind of fused into one character, and it's just a joy to play. Stories okay,
Yeah,
like it's
I
nothing
mean,
to.
You get to learn a lot about the culture as well. Like, obviously, you've got to really focus because it's subtitles, because they're speaking in their own languages. But they've made a point of, even though they're all these islands are so close together, they don't speak the same language. So Louise is learning Chia's language and things. And it's really nice that you get to have a feel for their whole culture and everything that goes into it. It's really nice.
It is good, and there's honestly so many gameplay mechanics in one little game.
And I mean, you get to be an animal. And what's your favourite one?
My favourite out of all of them.
You better say the right one.
Unless I'm forgetting one, maybe the dolphin.
No. I'm sat on the other end of the living room, and all I hear is poo, poo. When you're a bird, you can fly along and poo, and he's just sat there giggling away to himself because it makes a noise as well.
Yeah, so you can when you're a bird, if you haven't played it, one of the commands R2 is it literally says poop in the corner. So you've got to make your flight entertaining when you're covering most of the map.
So he literally just sits there and is like
sit and press it, and then disguise my own as being one of the birds sometimes. But no, it's a great game.
Amazing.
Go and play it if you haven't just yet. Of course, it's free to most people who've got the correct tier and whatnot. But yeah, just go and play it. It's honestly fantastic. Depending on how you approach it, you may be looking at maybe 15 to 20 hours. It's not huge. It's not quick either, but it's really, really good. So yeah, it's both of our lists. Good March. We're gonna have an even better April.
Definitely.
Obviously, we've got some time off. We're both off, aren't we, for still a little bit of time.
whole week.
Yeah. Obviously, Becky being a teacher, you're off for the whole Easter holidays. I've just now done my shifts and I've got sort of 11 days off. I'm still off the Monday when you go back, Anna, so I've just got that extra day there. So yeah, we're hopefully going to get a few bits done. Busy a couple of days because we've got the lads coming over. So we will be gaming, but it won't be like hardcore trophy hunting. We'll just be doing stuff for a laugh. I'm probably going to put Alex on stream playing Alien Isolation because he's a scaredy cat, and that'll be hilarious.
Is he worse than me?
Honestly, right, no joke. When he gets here, I won't say anything. Just say, "Oh, Alex, are you playing Alien Isolation?" and watch his reaction. He'd be like, "Nope, no thanks." He'd probably jump out the window.
And I am one of the biggest pansies going.
There's actually a clip I'll get him to show you. There's a clip online of Alex playing The Last of Us, and he does like a weird squeal. He does a weird squeal when a clicker jumps out or something. It's like, yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, that's both the lists. We're going to jump over to the monthly Platinum Collection and see what you amazing guys have
Wait
done.
for it. No, we're not.
We're not.
We're not.
Wow.
We've got something special to do first.
Oh, should we do that?
Nearly forgot about it.
Yeah, nearly. So yeah, we'll jump over to, because what we're going to do now is before we do the monthly Platinum Collection, we do have the draw
We do.
for a Ragnarok giveaway thanks to the amazing Shaz. Yeah, we'll do that now. Unbelievable gesture. As he said, Ramadan time for giving. Absolutely love that, buddy. It's such an amazing thing. And yeah, we've got so we asked everyone to react, didn't we? I think just to make it easier, because we are going to do these giveaways in the future, if everyone just reacts with the same the same react.
Just
I
once, please.
Yeah, just once. It made it very difficult.
It was hurting my brain.
No, it wasn't so bad because we did only end up having 26 people.
Yeah.
Maybe most people have Ragnarok now anyway,
Yeah.
don't they? And they wanted to give people a chance. But whoever reacts first, maybe just follow up with the same react, and I think it just makes for counting and making a note of everyone's name a little bit easier. But yeah, so let's do that. So it's draw time, ladies and gentlemen. It's draw time, and we're pulling it out of a literal hat, aren't we?
Hey,
a
Batman.
A Batman hat. Might have to get something a bit more posh, like the lottery, for next time. I'll have the balls coming out or something. But yeah, we've got all 26 names in of those of you, you know, who've reacted. Yeah, I was thinking, you know, to make it interesting is like we used to do it in an old job when we had competitions, is do like an all in, all out. So you would pull names out until the last person was in, but it might drop a little bit. It was actually quite interesting. It kind of had suspense because you knew you were still in there as the last few.
That would just hurt my heart. If I got my name pulled out, I would just be like, oh.
It's when you knew you were down like the last three and your name hadn't come out yet, and it was quite intense when it was like, because it was often big money. But yeah, we'll just do it as one. We'll do it as one. We'll get straight in. But we are going to look at giveaways, I think. For next month, I'm probably going to do something myself. I'm maybe looking just to start with gifting PSN Profiles Premium to someone. So as the month goes by, I'll drop something in the server announcements regarding that. Because yeah, I'm a big advocate for PSN Profiles. I do really love the site, and you know, supporting it is what we should be doing. You know, get all our amazing stats from it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind gifting premium to someone. Get rid of those nasty adverts, and then it allows you to do a lot more with the page as well, which is pretty good.
Still waiting for him to give it to me.
Excuse me? What, premium or? You walked right into that.
Utter filth.
Anyway. Right, so who's winning Ragnarok? I'm pretty excited. Drum roll, please. We wanted a clip of a drum roll, but we couldn't find.
Are you ready?
Who's it going to be?
Am I showing them?
You could, without knocking everything off. Yeah. Dragon Dance, my boy. Good eye, Mike. Copy Ragnarok coming. That was probably the worst Aussie accent I've ever heard, but Dragon Dance, what a guy.
Congrats.
What a guy as well. Do love a bit of the dragon. Down under. No, that's great, and it's exciting. So what we'll do is, I know you guys are going to be watching, so you'll probably end up just getting straight in touch anyway. But I'll obviously speak to Shaz. We'll get that sorted. I know it was a UK version, so this is what Shaz was saying. So it is a UK version code, so Dragon is going to have to create like an alt account to play it, sort of thing. But yeah, we'll sort something out. But that's amazing, and you know, thank you for everyone else for reacting and giving us the opportunity just to do that and do something a bit different. As I say, we'll look at a giveaway next month, maybe a little premium number. But yeah, that was the draw. That was quite exciting, actually. Enjoyed it. I need to work on my drum roll for next time though. But yeah, monthly platinum collection. So monthly platinum collection time. I'm very much excited with this. For those of you who didn't see the message as well, just to give a little bit more detail on it as well, with kind of what we're going to be doing and what it's going to look like moving forward. The leaderboards are going to stop. There's a lot of reasons. I won't go into it too much and sort of ruin the tone of the video, but it's been making things quite difficult. We had to make a few adjustments to certain entries. There was then a couple of errors due to certain posts not making sense, and because there's now money on the line thanks to the amazing Liner Beast, it was making things very, very complicated. And because of that, it's kind of what's pushed it back to the, you know, what is now the 7th of April. So it's kind of, I'm on hold a little bit, waiting for it to be right, when really I just want to get this done on the first for you guys and that kind of thing. So I'll probably give you a few more details as we go through, especially when we see Alex's list. I can give a bit more context or an example if you like. But what we're going to do now is almost revert it back to People's Champion rather than Monthly Champion. So, and I know everyone's not into the idea. People did like the leaderboards, but it's just kind of looking at it from my side. It's going to kind of lift the pressure a little bit, and that way we can get things out straight away and a lot more efficient. Get that consistency in. So when we get to the bottom of the list, normally we jump to the leaderboards. We then go through, and then whoever would have won that month from the certain parameters, they would have in turn won the £10 PSN voucher or whichever currency is needed. But what we're going to do instead is do it back to the People's Champion vote. I've opened up a channel in the server, which you'll see. I'll drop a message in there after I've recorded. And then what I would do is just drop a vote in there. I think, again, we're limited to reacts and stuff like that. So just literally drop a message in with the name of who you think deserves it. You can always put a reason why if you want to. The reason I want to do it this way is I think it opens up the door for more people to win as well. Now, don't get me wrong, if you have an absolutely mad month, yeah, you're still potentially going to win anyway. But it just allows people who are maybe not the strongest gamer, it allows other people to win. And so because I think with the leaderboard it's going to be the same couple of people, a couple of examples. You're probably going to find that like Master and Griff are just going to keep winning every month and stuff, and I want to see that other people having that. I know there's that issue with maybe popularity contests, but I don't think it was like that before when we had People's Champion. I think people were genuinely voting for who deserved it. And then, like I say, it could be someone who's, might have only had 2 platinums, but they could have completely stepped out of their comfort zone. You might get somebody who gets 20 platinums, but then next might do 3 racing games, and for me, that's more impressive. So it's little things like that. Or Dragon Dance might do something that isn't a racing game. He might do a Souls game. So I think it just gives people more of an opportunity. I think we'll find different winners. And that's what it's all about, really. So yeah, have a look, have a think about who you think deserves it, and just drop it in People's Champion for me. And then once we'll give it a couple of days, and then we'll sort it out with the Legend Liner Beast. So on with the Platinum Collection. We're just going to read one at a time, aren't we? I think we'll do it that way. Hopefully you guys like the new format. So Flick, my boy Goran, coming in hot with the first post. Love to see it, buddy. So I'm quite happy with my month. Didn't have so much time and energy to play, but thanks to Leon and Rai Alex, I got both versions of eFootball 2023. Glad to have finished off NHL 22. The trophy called the Eliminator can burn in hell. That wasn't easy at all. Looking forward to see everyone's month, and happy April hunting, everyone. Cheeky love art too. Love you, Goran. Nice little month. Love to see it. And look at that rarity on NHL as well. 0.89%. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So we're into Pocket Monster Hunter, which is very obviously apt for this current one. So he's made Monster Hunter Rise his 75th platinum. So
if you could guess,
they work together.
They love Monster Hunter.
I can tell. Played Theatre Rhythm while finishing up in Rise, and went back to, right, go on, what does it say?
I'll be honest, I've never played it and I've never heard it said out loud, so Tukiden?
You're going to have to, somebody's going to have to voice record this and tell us.
Tukiden 2.
For a similar Monster Hunter experience.
Yeah.
Monhun, I got that.
Monhun?
I got that.
Feeling it. But yeah, they do really like Monster Hunter.
I can tell.
This game, this is the one I was looking at. So, Theatre Rhythm, Final Bar Line, it's actually a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a rhythm game. A bit like, imagine like a dance mat, when you get the commands coming, you've got to press it.
Okay.
And it plays through the Final Fantasy music and stuff, and it's something I'd really, really enjoy. Yeah. But yeah, really, really solid month. Really, really solid month indeed. Oh, here we go. Here he is. It's James, the absolute fraud. Shame on you, my friend. Shame on you. Can you believe it? I mean, we'll get to the game. One night stand. What even is that? I mean, I know what a one night stand is, but
who makes a game about that though?
Is that what it's? I don't even know what it's about. To be fair, but This is his story. I thought we'll come back to FIFA because I'll give you some props for that one. But so one night stand, this was out of my control. Going to bed on hang on, it's like actually heading towards what that is, isn't it?
It sounds like it.
Going to bed on a Saturday night after getting a 0.79% platinum, then waking up to this piece of beef. I'm currently game sharing with a friend, and his brother decides to get drunk.
And play a one night stand, is that because he couldn't really have one?
And going through my games library wondering what to play, and he thought, oh, James has a PS4 version. I'm going to help him with the... But no, honestly, like, we said we'd have a bit of fun. I was going to go in harder if the leaderboard still existed, because although I know you're not this kind of person, everyone was thinking he's not included one night stand, which would dilute his average rarity entirely. He's a cheater. But no, it is what it is. It was funny. It's got a lot of jokes from it, hasn't it? But yeah, really enjoyed that. And yeah, FIFA 20, massive respect for that one. I know what effort goes into the Volta stuff, so that's amazing. FIFA 21, PS4 and PS5. Another shout out to Alex and Spud. Couldn't do it without your legends. Also thanks to 93 rated Yashin and Volta giving me anxiety. Alex knows what I'm talking about. That's crazy. But yeah, FIFA 20 platinums, as we know, huge grinds generally, especially FIFA 20. Absolutely brutal. I even love this as well. Let the memes begin. My 4 platinums, not 3 for March. A VAR check. I was going to go with, James has got 3 platinums, and then I was going to bring up some Arsenal clip of them scoring and VAR coming up. But never mind. Yeah, really enjoyed it. And since because you were always apprehensive about joining Discord, weren't you? Yeah. You weren't sure, but then I said there's like the book club and other things you can talk about, and you've actually started talking to James's wife Amy, haven't you? Oh, book friends.
This is a conversation they have had, him and James.
Book friends.
You okay, hon? Does that tickle you?
Book friends.
At least he makes himself laugh.
I started jumping on the car outside. Oh, you thought, well, I'm getting it the wrong way around you, but like Jay, won't you jumping on the car bonnets? Oh, it's quality. But no, I absolutely love you, buddy. Unbelievable. Great little month. Well done to everyone else with their platinums this month. You're smashing it. Keep it up. But yeah, really good. Really enjoyable month. I can see you started Resi 4 as well, so that's good to see. My boy James, love it.
And master.
And he is a master as well. He really is.
Well, a backlog month. Keeping it short as always. AC Syndicate plat and the DLC.
Do you know what AC is?
Nope.
I've got a teacher, guys. I've got a teacher. Assassin's Creed.
See. MH, I got Monster Hunter off that one. That's because I could see the
you could see
the game at the bottom. You need to.
His picture. I don't know why his pictures have came through like this.
Through a bit funny.
They've come through. So there, yeah. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. 7 years, 2 months. That is a nice clean up. That really good. Yeah.
Way too many collectibles. I know that feeling.
Yes.
When it's too much of a grind. It gets to a point where you're just like, ugh.
I love collectibles, and I do love it when it almost adds to the lore. Like if there's something you can read, and it just adds a bit more to what you're doing. Yeah. But sometimes there's some collectibles, they're just pointless, and you're just picking them up for the sake of. It's almost like the developer just wants you to stick around a bit longer, so we'll litter the entire world with them. But yeah.
Badland Plat, which is a difficulty of 8 out of 10, but 9 out of 10 for Master.
No.
Fun game, but don't try it if you have no couch co-op, buddy.
Right. Yeah.
Which obviously you'll understand that.
Yeah. No. It's I don't know much about the game. I know it is a really difficult one. But yeah, really well done on that one. And Master.
Rad Rogers. Platformer with nice UR trophies.
Ultra rares.
Oh, but be careful.
So do you know what an ultra rare is? Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the rarest. Was that right?
Well, it depends in which way. So an ultra rare trophy is something that's under 5%. You know, when we have the rarities, anything under 5. So we've got a few like the Boss, Mark, ultra rare friends. Yeah, it's going on a t-shirt. I swear now, I'm getting them all these things that everyone says. We're getting ultra rare friends. We're getting there's others that are coming out my head right now, but yeah, we're getting it all. So yeah, anything under 5%, it becomes an ultra rare.
Okay. Patch blocks are trophies, so you need a copy.
Patch blocks a trophy. Ah, okay. Interesting. I did not know that.
Castle Storm, good if you like tower defense stuff. And congrats to all people here for the amazing plans.
Yeah, really, really amazing month. I can't wait to see the rest of them. So we started Super Meat Boy Forever.
Oh.
So that I don't know what I don't think it's as difficult as the other one. I think this might be a 6 out of 10 or something instead of a 10.
Right.
But yeah, see the percentage on the side.
Yep.
So these are obviously ultra rares. But yeah, nice. Very nice. Cat Lord, apologies again, buddy, for all the confusion with the leaderboard stuff and what have you. It just made things difficult, and obviously with my shifts at work and kind of waiting around, it's hopefully moving forward things could be more efficient, and we can maybe, if you'd be happy to, take that responsibility on again, and we'll try and streamline it a little better. But for now, apologies again. It took up a bit of your time, and we didn't have anything to sort of show for it in the end. But yeah, my month was kind of slow. Ghost was really fun. DLC not that bad. Witcher was really good, but was paranoid for most of my playthrough. I kind of get that with The Witcher 3. Replaying the Ezio trilogy for the Plat since I've played them on Xbox before. Really, really solid month, to be fair. Four really good games. One masterpiece. Witcher 3 is one of my favourites of all time. But yeah, unbelievable month. Really, really is. So we've got Curtis. Do you want to go through? It's a nice little read.
It is. So first of all, congrats to everyone on another fantastic month. And secondly, I didn't get much done this month, but I got tons of ultra rares, my proudest completion yet. It's all about that quality, not about quantity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All about the quality.
I think they'll appreciate that.
So One Piece Unlimited Word Red. This game is so repetitive, and one of the only games I left and told myself not to worry about. Getting this plat is a chore, and definitely the worst One Piece game I've played so far. But still, I'm glad I got it mocked up so I don't have to play this ever again. I hate that feeling when you start something and you're thinking, it's going to be alright, and then you start playing and you're just like, please let this end. Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I actually have heard about this from children in primary schools.
Oh, so
which
you've
is
been
not
at work.
acceptable.
Oh, it was this one that you said, yeah.
My proudest completion I've done thus far. Oh, I like thus. Like it.
Yeah.
And I had fun doing it, which I wasn't expecting, seeing as I hate horror. You have to perfect. Oh my god, why can't I talk?
Yeah, I think these. Yeah, you have to be perfect.
Perfect for 10 minutes, and if you mess anything up, you will instantly die to Freddy or Foxy. But I got through it, and I want to get the entire series done now, which is wishful thinking. But I still believe I can do it. The rest of the games are way harder. Life is Strange True Colours. Now, when I saw you posting this in the Discord as well, I was like, I'm so excited to play it, but obviously I've got to get through the other ones first, and I really like how you've described it, so you've made me even more excited to play it. One of my favourite Life is Strange games, and the game that made me realise I adore this franchise. Alex's story was amazing, and her powers were awesome to mess around with, though it could have definitely been longer, seeing as it's shorter than the original. Still an amazing game and definitely worth your time, as it's an easy plat as well.
Nice.
Infinite Warfare DLC. Started on the DLC 5 months after the plat, and oh boy, is it hard. I'm very good at every COD zombies except
Infinite Warfare.
Thank you. But hopefully I can get this all done with relative ease after practice, just chipping away at it. The other games I'm working on currently are just aren't worth going into detail with, and I'm sure you'll be seeing Dragon Quest and Life is Strange 2 on next month's collection. Once again, great month everyone, and keep the plats coming.
Outstanding. Nice. Lovely month that, Curtis, and well, it was a good read, wasn't it? I did enjoy that. So Ice Gordy, pretty good month, I think. I finally got that Monster Hunter World plat as my 75th. Wow, well done, because I know that is a grind. And was trying to get the Iceborne plat too, but I won't make it. It's the crowns, honestly, it just keeps putting me off every time. So I'm so far through Monster Hunter World, and every time I go back in and try it, I just get nowhere with the crowns, and I just give up again. But I really want it. Also got the plat of 2 really good Souls-like, Code Vein with the anime style, and Morbid, 7 Acolytes, which was kind of like a 2D pixel art Bloodborne. The last plat I got was Undertale, and I didn't like it. Really boring in my opinion. Got a unique battle system though. Really good month that, Ice Gordy. Very, very well done. Oh, here he is, Niels.
A legend. I've heard all about this legend line of beats.
Love Belgium now because of line of beats.
And I mean, I'm reading this one, so actually it's probably going to be quite nice. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Platinum Jangus and the whole mod team who've accepted me into their team. And also thank you to everybody. Y'all are legends.
Yeah,
Love it.
Certainly are. So many legends.
My month consisted of only having 1 platinum and 200% because I have been playing a lot of RDR2. Red Dead Redemption. I will get this, I promise.
Yeah, you'll start getting the lingo.
Platinum 49. That's WRC Generation.
World Rally Championship.
So a car game.
Yeah, rally game, yeah.
Honestly, I was not a fan of this game. No, I'm in the next one. Yeah, no, it is. That's what I'm reading, isn't it?
Fell asleep.
Not a fan. Fell asleep multiple times playing the same race over and over again.
I hope you don't do that
XP.
in a real car.
But he got it done in the end. It's done. Got the plat.
Got that plat.
100. What remains of Edith Finch? Yes! What a game!
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved going back in recently and doing the PS5
And
version.
I actually love that he's preferred that to the racing game.
Yeah.
That I'm impressed. So yeah, it is only a really short game, but it is a fantastic game.
It's a lovely story.
And I agree, I'd recommend it to anyone. It's not a very long one, but yeah, the story's really good. I mean, some of them are a bit creepy in all fairness. You were like, no, I don't know what you're on about, and then played it yourself and you're like, oh yeah, that was a bit...
It's actually quite grim, isn't it? Some of the stories about the family members, it's a bit like, oh... Especially, I always say, the bathtub one.
Yeah, and the actress one, when she goes down in the basement, that one's a bit creepy. But no, it's like a fantastic storyline, and like you get so engrossed in it. I love it. 100 last day of June, another great short game that I'd recommend to anyone. And number 50.
Put the little buffer in.
I like it.
I like it, yeah.
Congratulations everyone on an amazing month in March. Keep on grinding these platinums.
Okay, so Cicero, the trophy jester with the smallest image I've ever seen. Got my binoculars. Finally got the plat for Far Cry 3, such a fun game. Some of the trophies were annoying, but overall it was a nice experience. So yeah, we don't need to click into it too much because it's the trophy list for Far Cry rather than multiple games. Yeah, nice. It's nice to see you've done one in March. Far Cry 3, my favourite. I didn't get to play it until, which one did it? Was it Far Cry 5 where you got Far Cry 3 kind of tacked on? I think it was. So that was the first time I played it. I didn't play it way back when. But yeah, it's such a good game. It really, really is. Obviously, Vass is incredible. But yeah, I preferred this one over they're all good. You know, I enjoy them. But 3 is definitely the best.
Now this name made me chuckle while I was reading it.
Well, his other one, which you can't see there, where it says he's as gay as a time zone.
Yeah. I did think that's the same person. So Onyx is a forest dweller.
Have you seen Onyx yet?
No.
I'll have to show you Onyx.
Okay.
What a guy. What a guy.
So,
he just lives in the trees in Sweden somewhere.
Hence why he's a forest dweller.
Yeah, he's just...
Makes
I don't know how he gets internet to even post on Discord. He's just in the middle of a forest somewhere.
Sounds perfect.
Covered in snow.
Sounds perfect.
He posts selfies and his beard's covered in snow.
So can we come visit, please?
Anyway. You're getting the long ones, aren't you?
This month I've explored outside of my forestry surroundings. But came back eventually as I missed seeing the trees. So here we go with 4 flats this month.
What a guy. What a guy.
Hogwarts Legacy. What to say about this game? It's fantastic in my opinion. I loved this game a lot. The graphic was amazing. Exploring was awesome. Loved walking around the castle and exploring its exterior and interior. The battle was a tad repetitive, but I enjoyed them still. Personally didn't encounter any glitches per se, except the collectible trophy glitch. And for the collectibles, holy, It's a lot of them. I may love collectathons, but this was too many even for me. And some of them aren't even tracked, so I had to rely on a YouTube video and guides for those non-tracking collectibles. So yeah, that's probably one negative thing I can remember from this game. But otherwise, I really love this game and would recommend this game to people. Now, you guys have got the platinums, and I still cannot access it.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I mean, you might have been able to tell from the list that Becky only had PS4 games. So kind of to the side of me where I've got all my setup here, we've got like the living room TV, haven't we? And my PS4 Pro is plugged in there, which you've kind of commandeered or taken over, as it were. So yeah, you've only got access to PS4 stuff just now, and everyone knows that the PS4 version for Hogwarts Legacy was to come out later. I think it was this month at some point.
Yeah, and it's been pushed.
And then it got pushed back, which was quite frustrating. You do want to play it, but then you were saying you don't know if the hype's now gone away. And
yeah, because obviously we purposefully bought the deluxe edition because you got the PS5 version, the PS4 version, and loads of extras. So I was like so excited. We knew you had the 72 hours release, but it wasn't written very well. I had to do so much research to figure out when I was getting it, and then it just kept getting pushed back. And I'm kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
I had a tiny little go on yours, and it was good, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully, the hype will come back as soon as I start playing.
Yeah, I think it will.
Okay, Borderlands 3. Now I've heard of this one.
You heard of Borderlands?
Yes.
Good stuff.
Just wow. I like this game a lot, even though I think Borderlands 2 is superior in my opinion. Good word. What a good thing. But I love the looks of the places in this game, and I wanted to explore everywhere.
She's a teacher.
Don't stop being a teacher. Every nook and cranny, love that. The vehicles were so badass, and the guns were cool. I enjoyed what they did with them, but it took a bit for me to get used to the new gun mechanics, as I am more used to the older games. The one thing I disliked about this game was how many legendaries I got for this game. It was like snow where I live can't go one step before you see another legendary. My eyes are going funny. And I'm a person who collects all I get just to see how many I can get. And let me tell you, it's way too much for my liking. Oh dear. Donut County. An enjoyable, cute little indie game. I love devouring everything as the whole.
Yeah, so
Donut Hole. Get it.
I mean, I haven't played it myself, but I've seen like a snippet of gameplay. You start off with like a level, and your hole's really small. Your hole's really small, and then the more things you put in it, it gets bigger.
Anyway.
No, but that's actually what. So there might be like, you might put like a whole.
Is it where you're like?
You might put like a whole thing in there, and then. No, but you go around like just sucking up
like
things.
Buildings and stuff.
Could be any. I mean, I think when I seen it looked like they were in like a park or something. You start like swallow a park bench, and then it gets wider.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. Anyway, moving on. Book fables. If I were to react how I think of this game in text, it would just be so much undecipherable keyboard spam of happiness. I love that.
That's class.
This game was fantastic. A turn-based Paper Mario-inspired game about bugs. And yes, it had a lot of bugs. Oh. Oh. Cute and adorable bugs. And it carries on. And you play them. You play as 3 of them.
Yeah.
So if it had stopped there, Anyway, I want to recommend this to anyone who enjoys the older Paper Mario. Screw you, Sticker Star. And I just want a good game to play.
Very well said, Onyx. I loved reading that. Such a good bit of fun. So we've got Slack. These are the games I finished this month. Dead Space, what a masterpiece. They made an almost perfect game even better. The trophy list is slightly more demanding than the original game, but nothing too difficult. Bright Memory Infinite, a fun shooter, pretty short and also pretty easy. Hogwarts Legacy, I like the story, characters and combat, but the trophy list was absolutely horrible in my opinion. Way too many collectibles. Seems to be a bit of a theme with that, doesn't there, where people aren't particularly happy with them. Life is Strange True Colours, fantastic Life is Strange game, one of the better ones. I still like Life is Strange Before the Storm the most for some weird reason. So that kind of goes against what I said earlier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dead Cells, they added more DLC, so I had to do some trophy cleanup. I don't mind coming back to Dead Cells every now and then. It's a great game. Bastion from the developers of Hades. I like Hades a little more, but Bastion was still a lot of fun. And then Mafia, another masterpiece I never played back in the day. Glad it went free to play on PS Plus. The story and characters were top tier. I'll definitely play Mafia 2 and 3 at some point. Very good month that, Slack. Love to see it.
Molly. Not the best bet. Oh my goodness.
You're doing it me. This is what I do. I get so far through and I'm like, I can't even speak anymore.
Put my teeth back in, as the kids tell me.
Put teeth back
my
in.
kids always say, put your teeth back in, Miss Rafferty. Not the best month for me personally, but I'm still happy with what I've done. Said it already, all about that quality, not about the quantity. Dead by Daylight and Human Fall Flat are the good old DLC cleanups. Enjoyed playing Minecraft S2 the most, and I'll forever wish for S3. Cars 2 was fun but became stale quite quickly, and Last Stop was interesting, but it's not the best story-driven game I've played. Anyways, congratulations to everyone on their platinums this month. You guys have smashed it once again.
Great month, Molly. Well done. So we've got Visitor. This was an exceptional month for me. 5 platinums, including 2 ultra rares and 3 DLC cleanups. Only one included in the screenshot, which I've crossed out in red. Finishing Crash Bandicoot 4 was definitely a highlight. Wow. That is very, very impressive. So Crash 4 is a 9 out of 10 difficulty.
I mean, Crash has always been a difficult... In my personal opinion, it's one of those where, even back in the day when you were a kid, that it was hard.
Yeah, it's just some people, I've mentioned it to even some of my gamer mates at work who aren't trophy winners. I'm like, oh, I've got the platinum for Crash Bandicoot, which is a 7 out of 10. And they're like, all right. Because they just imagine Crash Bandicoot, they see it as a kiddie platformer and don't really know, but yeah, they're ridiculously hard, so very, very well done. I never thought that would be possible when I first played the game, but determination and stubbornness will get you a long way. Congrats on a great month, everyone. Or edit. Since posting, I've also got an Outer Worlds of 200% too. Amazing. Not Outer Worlds, sorry, Outer Wilds. I had Outer Worlds in my head because it's a game on my list I'm going back to, and that's all I've seen. But no, very, very well done. That's a great month, Vizzy. Congrats.
Hey, Together Comic, 2 plats this month. Another Hogwarts Legacy plat. The game was pretty good. Combat felt better than I thought it would. There was a lot of people dissing it, wasn't there? Dissing the combat, so that was good for somebody to say that.
Yeah.
And the stories were entertaining to say the least. In particular, the relationship quests were very entertaining. No bugs for me either, so that definitely helped with the enjoyment of the game. Definitely recommend if you grew up with Harry Potter like I did. Now, you didn't grow up with Harry Potter and you still really like it.
Well, yeah, I kind of got into it late. I mean, when the first film came out, which was, what was it, 2000 or 2001? Either way, I'll have been 13 or 14 at this point, which is probably a good age, really, for, like, Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, but for whatever reason, it didn't kind of grab me. But I think as I got a little bit older and I started to kind of understand films a lot more and good writing, it kind of, I was straight on it. But it was towards the film's finishing. I think Deathly Hallows was just about to come out, and that's when I kind of went through them all quite quickly, which I'm glad for, because similar to the MCU, I hate having to wait for the stuff. Not so much now, but like when in brains just like, so when Infinity War came out and then the way it ended and you had to wait, I couldn't sleep. Like, I'm sat on YouTube looking at theories all night, like with my eyes wide open. So yeah, it would have annoyed me waiting, so it was nice just to go through.
Legend of Dragoon, the 2023 release of a 2001 classic. This is probably one of the more pivotal games in my childhood. It's the game that really got me into JRPGs as a genre. While it doesn't hold up the best compared to modern games, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with the game, even if it was the 16th or 17th time I finished it.
So what JRPGs is?
I've heard of it, at least. But that's about it.
Yeah, Japanese role-playing game.
Okay. I'm with you.
Final Fantasy.
I'm with you.
Spud!
Oh, hey!
Hey, Spud! 5 platinums for me this month. Far Cry 6, enjoyable game, was a grind doing all the collectibles, but fun overall, thanks to Shaz for the help with the co-op trophy. Knockout City PS4 and 5, this was a long grind, doing the 100 daily seems to take forever, but it was worth it for the 2 ultra rare platinums. It was also annoying having to do the RNG trophies twice, but everything else wasn't too bad. Godfather 2, this was fun. I've never seen the Godfather films, but playing this made me want to go and watch them. F1 2021, went back and cleaned this up, not much else to say about it. The game I crossed out is DLC cleanup for Dirt 5. I've made a lot of good progress this month on the cleanup and have brought my unearned trophies down by about 500 since the start of the year. Just the 21,500 to go. Oh, I love that, Spud. That's quality. Absolutely brilliant. But no, what a month. Really, really good. Some awesome ultra rare stuff. Love seeing the Formula 1 games on there as well. But yeah, really, really good.
Here he is.
Oh, here he is, the cheater.
He's cutting to the chase.
Trying to get credit for 17 platinums when he only got 10.
I mean, he's saying it there. As I had a busy month, mostly of cleanups. He says it.
Yeah.
He says it. So what have we got? WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2010. Not the best wrestling game ever, but it's alright. 12-year cleanup.
12 years. Wow.
Going Under, a very good introduction to roguelikes. It's like Risk of Rain mixed with Hades, but it has an assist mode, so it's not as punishing. Act It Out XL, a great party game with a couple of grindy trophies, made easy with a turbo controller. Monster Jam Path of Destruction, not a bad little game. This cost me 30 quid from CEX, but it has a pretty decent resale value, so I pulled the trigger and bought it. Spec Ops The Line, very good third-person shooter with an incredible narrative. Me and a friend spent the weekend playing this on Fuba difficulty, 9-year cleanup.
These last couple of months, Alex has been absolutely smashing these cleanups where, yeah, it's some of the year difference is crazy.
What I was up to. Titanfall 2. I love this game. Second best FPS on PS4 after Doom Eternal.
Well, I'm for...
The same friend and I passed the controller back and forth to get the Becomes the Master trophy. So shout out to Tom for making the trip to mine, having a few bevs and playing games for the weekend. 6 years cleanup.
Nice.
That's you. A few eyebrows were raised when I said that this was one of my favourite games of last gen, but I honestly adore it. Every game inevitably turns into who can draw the best phallus, and for that alone, it's worth a place in my heart. 5 years cleanup. That's something we're going to be playing this weekend, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it to try and get some of the trophies for me and Becky while they're here.
Tony and Clyde, awful. I love isometric twin stick shooters, but the old me would have dropped this game like a bad habit. I took a 20-minute break while going in blind and still ended up in the top 50 achievers. Avoid this. Oh dear. I am the hero. I bought this on the back of Pat and Jangus and Ray's recommendation, and I have to say, as far as knockoff Streets of Rage Vita games go, it ain't half bad for a
Ratalaika.
Thank you game.
I'm assuming, I don't know if anyone actually knows. Ratalaika. I'm going to go with Ratalaika.
I mean, yeah.
So this is where there's a bit more for you to read below, but this is where I just wanted to point out some of the confusion, which is what was making the leaderboard so difficult. Now, it might be quite hard for you guys to see, but as you'll know, Alex has been going through and doing a lot of cleanup. You'll see Dirt 3 on the list, where it says 26th of March, platinum in 1 week, 5 days. And of course, Catlord would then include this as a platinum on the leaderboard. And it's the same for a couple of games, Minecraft Dungeons being one of them. What's effectively happened is Alex actually got the platinum for Dirt 3 in 2011. But because he's gone back to it to clean some DLC up, but hasn't got the 100% yet, the date has updated to the 26th of March, but it still says platinum in just over a week. But as you guys know, as soon as you hit 100%, the word platinum changes to completed, and it would then say 12 years, however many months, and make it a bit more obvious. So because it's kind of updated the date, but not changing the platinum time. And yeah, Minecraft Dungeons was the same. That was actually in 2021, where it looks like he's had the platinum in March, and the same for a couple of others as well. So, you know, this was the one that stood out to me straight away, because Alex being my mate, I do stalk him a bit more than others. I knew he didn't get 17 platinums, so when I seen him at the top of the leaderboard for 17, I was like, that doesn't look right. And then I'm concerned this has happened with others, and it got to the point where it was getting kind of that messy, and we were delaying the monthly video that much. That's one of the reasons we've had to put a bit of a hold on it, but hopefully it can come back at some point.
Still going. The Eagle Eye viewers may have noticed I've left one game from my list, and that's because I've saved the best until last. Hannah Montana, the movie game. The story, the gameplay, the soundtrack, what an incredible experience. If I could describe this game in just 3 words, then these would be those 3 words. Absolute masterpiece.
He's definitely joking.
You need to play this game. My brain didn't like that. That was not 3 words.
I know, Alex. He's definitely joking. Because everyone sort of rinsed him a little bit for playing it. So what he tries to do now is like
own it.
Tell us how good it is, so he doesn't feel so bad. But this was what was considered one of the easy platinums back in the day before all the really sweaty stuff came out. But yeah, what a month, Alex. Love to see it. So Wesley, since it will be physically impossible to complete all of the Black Ops 3 in a few days, so Borderlands 3 in a few days, I'll post it now. Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel, are both awesome games to play. That's all I have to say. See you next month, Kings and Queens. So yeah, Borderlands 1, 2. Sorry, how many mistakes have I just made there? I said Black Ops instead of Borderlands, and then oh dear, it's the pre-sequel, not the first one. But yeah, very, very nice. 4 out of 10s, 15, 60 hours to do. But you've done all the DLC as well, which is because it was a new profile that they've made. So 6 games, 6 completed. Nice cheeky 100%. Love to see it.
Ali?
Yeah, because it's got in red, doesn't it? It's hard to see from where we're sat.
So only 2 this month. Well, 1 really, but I feel like it carries some weight. Platinum 211 and 212.
Oh,
PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan, and this has been taunting me for so long. There were a couple of people talking about this game, sharing the story of getting this plat, and I was hungry. I wanted it. Nearly 2 months straight of solid play to get there, nearly 8 years after its release, and I don't regret a moment. The game captures every landscape, culture, and story with wonderful writing and artistry, made by fans for fans. Whether you are new to the series or a seasoned vet, there's a playstyle that will fit, and a region that will capture you with its awe-inspiring beauty. Go explore Tamriel, never know where you might end up. Do you get paid for that? Because that was beautifully written.
Yeah. It was really nice to listen to. That was really nice. To be fair, yeah, very, very well done. And it is crazy. It's like 0.17% or something, so it's mad. Very, very well done. Love that. We've got Hacks. There was also another game in Ledge. I was going to try and get another, but honestly I couldn't be bothered as I've been putting all my time into Friday the 13th. So we've got Cow the Kangaroo, very basic 3D platformer from the PS2 era, fun game, but every trophy is glitchy and potentially won't unlock, so I'd avoid this if possible. Otherwise it's a 3 to 5 hour platinum and a 1 to 2 out of 10 difficulty. Last of Us Part 2, fun game and the story was alright. I basically summed it up in my platinum review, but 10 out of 10 graphics, 10 out of 10 gameplay, maybe 5 to 6 out of 10 story, with a lot of plot holes and dumb moments. Do you know what? In a shorter version, that is literally my entire opinion. I'm trying not to say too much about which we haven't even finished the first one. Yeah. But he sums it up perfectly. Everything is spot on, like the graphics, it's just amazing. The gameplay, but there's just a few story points which it's just not the first one, which was hard to follow, to be fair. Arkham Asylum, the first and standard Batman experience, suffers a lot from simplicity in comparison to future titles, but overall easy and fast platinum. Boat Simulator 3 words, perfect, perfect, and perfect. If you haven't played this game and want a fun meme game with an easy plot, I highly recommend. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be fair. And I remember,
oh my goodness,
I remember seeing when he posted it. So, where I agreed with you with The Last of Us Part 2, I'm quite the opposite here, but that's what opinions are for. We're all different. So Hogwarts Legacy Snoozewort Edition. Boring as hell game and heavily mid-story, outstays its welcome, and a crap trophy list. Don't play if possible. Interesting. Life is Strange, basic story game like a Telltale, but you have to do dumb stuff instead of cutscenes. Surprisingly good actually, would recommend this one and probably even play it again.
They don't marry up.
It's like a backhanded comment almost, isn't it? I know what he means by the Telltale. You haven't played a Telltale game yet, but it's like Until Dawn in the sense of you're not fully in control. You're watching and making choices. So that's kind of where that's coming from. And then Sly 4 auto popped on Vita with save transfer from PS3. But if you've never played this game, I highly recommend. It's my second favourite Sly game and heavily slept on because some parts aren't canon. Really good month. Hacks, love to see it. Oh, there's more stuff, of course.
Oh.
Bunny Raiders. Short 1 to 2 hour game. It's actually a gem of a game. You can have a lot of fun and get the platinum just as it turns boring. Dreadnought X2, awesome game. That's a ton of fun, which I was shocked about. The trophy list is terrible though, and sleeping with the PS4 jet engine in my ear for close to 3 for 3 weeks wasn't remotely fun. We've just been on about. Did you? I don't even think you've reacted. Have you not seen the TikTok?
I did, yeah. I did react to it, yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's like he turns his PS4 on and it just starts
flying.
For 3 weeks. Wasn't remotely fun. I wouldn't recommend this one. To platinum, Intruders Hide and Seek. 2 to 3 hour stealth game. You hide around the house from intruders because your character can't figure out how to phone the police. Must be dumbass or something. And the devs aren't much better either, as you have to hold the sprint button down to constantly move so soft from his Jew.
Love that.
That's brilliant. Hacks, what a ledge. Oh, I love it. Sly 2V, I'll probably cause controversy with this one, but I think it's the worst Sly game, contrary to what most people say. I think the levels are boring as hell and terribly designed, such as basically all of the Contessa levels and the jungle. If you've played the game, you'll all know what I mean. The first 2 worlds are easily the best in the series, but it just gets so much worse as it goes on. The final 2 worlds do bring it back though. I've not played any of the Sly games, so I can't comment there. Sonic Frontiers, first Sonic game I've ever played, aside from the racing ones. Pretty much everything in the game is fun, and it doesn't really get repetitive either. Can't fault this one and would recommend to everyone, honestly.
The goat definitely is needed there, like.
Yeah.
Right, Dragon Dance. Is that who just got the thing as well?
Yeah, Dragon Dance was our winner.
So probably best month ever. 9 out of platinum, 9 out of 10?
It's 9 out of 10 difficulty.
Okay, I was like, that doesn't make sense to me in my brain.
Yeah.
Trackmania Turbo, the hardest and rarest platinum I've achieved. It's enjoyable while giving you a serious challenge, especially when you make it to the Black Series. I felt like giving up at some of the stages, but I knew every mistake made was only improving myself. I'll probably try Trackmania 2020 when it launches sometime this year. So then we got 100 in Far Cry Blood Dragon. The story was pretty good for only being a few hours long. Probably the best part was having Cybertron abilities, which reminded me a lot of the Terminator movies. Another plat, Dirt Rally 2.0. Popped a trophy back in 2020 when it became free with PS Plus. Never really got used to the handling model until only recently when I saw that Fire Up That Car again. Trophy was made easier with the Delta Daily, which made getting into the top tier online a lot easier as it only required myself to be in the top 50%. The rest of the game is enjoyable, definitely a must play for any sim races as it replicates the feel of actual driving in the WRC Championship, even being able to verse Colin McRae times in one of the hardest DLCs, which is way too difficult for myself, but thankfully isn't required for the platinum. GTA 5, another plat. Morsey did this one after the guy Furusky video about being flagged. Luckily, I already had the online done years ago before the server closed. Basically, all I had left was the story and the miscellaneous stuff. Another plat, Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit, cars and races. Is there anything else to say?
Cars and races.
Cops.
Try
that again. Hot Pursuit, cops and races. Is there anything else to say? The servers are currently down, but I've already completed the online trophies. And 3 non-plats I got last minute.
Very nice. Great month. So great month for Dragon. He's got his rarest plat. He's won our first giveaway. Yeah. Absolutely smashing it.
Love to see it.
Rushy Rocker 1. AC Unity cleanup. Went back to this as I had about 50 unearned trophies for the 100%. Game is still awful and a few bugs here and there. Didn't enjoy the 300 chests and 80 medals to collect either. The DLC luckily was short, but glad to have this done and added to the other AC games completed on my list. Call of Duty World at War cleanup. I bought the second map pack to go back to this and 100% the trophy list. I absolutely love this game and had to do it. Brink cleanup. Got the platinum for this last year. Bought the DLC, just 100% it, and get them last few trophies. All of them were easy, but such a grind for the reach level 24 trophy. So we've got Team Sonic Racing. I didn't intend on ever playing this game, but saw a few people with the platinum, and it has a few ultra rare trophies. The game at first I found quite tough, and it's definitely one of those games you need to get good at, and once you do, it becomes a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to people who fancy a challenge and enjoy racing games. The online, however, absolutely sucks. Yeah, I do totally agree.
Love all this Life is Strange.
Yeah, Life is Strange Before the Storm is really popular at the minute. Even though these, I don't know if people, because True Colours has become free, are people, blasting through the series maybe to play it. But yeah, it's nice to see. Love to see it. Really enjoyed this. Was free on PS Plus Extra, so thought I'd give it a try. As I'd done True Colours last month, had a good story and kept me hooked the whole way through, and now makes the first game make sense to me. Well worth giving it a go. Suicide Guy, Sleeping Deeply. This game was okay at best. Only one of the levels was a pain in the arse. But bought it quite a while ago and thought, whilst I didn't have much time today, I'd bash the plot out so I can delete it. Not much more to say, to be honest. Cars 3, Driven to Win. Bought this as the GF, the girlfriend, wanted a co-op game. However, early on she bailed, so I had to do it all by myself. The game isn't exactly bad, and the trophies are easy, but you have to do everything in the game, which makes it boring and a real grind, as you're done with everything way before doing all the tracks and Grand Prix. Nice.
Suffocant.
Yep.
4 new plats. Nobody saves the world. Great indie game. You can change forms and become different heroes to fight the evil Calamity. World War Z. In my opinion, boring. Third-person co-op shooter. Don't recommend it. AC Syndicate. After a while, Ubisoft fixed the issues with this game on PS5. Liked this one. Couple of trophies were unnecessary grindy though. Warlong. Didn't like that one. Feels clumsy and a bit buggy. I'd rather if Team Ninja made Neo 3 than this game. Took about 20 hours to plat, kind of easy, 4 to 5 out of 10. DLC cleanups, painted in red.
On the picture,
Yeah, the Callisto protocol back to 100%. Did no death run legit without save scumming on 4th attempt. Brutal. DBD.
Yeah, it's Dead by Daylight.
Both versions back to 100%. Hope they will stop. They will stop releasing DLCs for this game at some point. Remind what it says.
Oh, it's
Neo,
yeah.
It definitely isn't in phonics, but never mind. Neo 2, last DLC was quite a jump in terms of difficulty. Had to grind, level, and giga for additional 5 to 10 hours to finish it. Very nice.
Yeah, so Dead by Daylight, similar to Human Fall Flat, which I've played. They just constantly keep adding content, which has trophies, and it's making everyone go back because they want the 100% back and stuff. It's it's one of them. So, Darth Boothie, my guy, just the one plat this month. Had a great time with this game, even if it did get grindy at the end. Exploring the castle and Hogsmeade was a lot of fun. Can't wait to see what they do with the sequel. Maybe visit the American school. Hopefully a few more plats this month, as I'm finishing off a few from my backlog in preparation for Final Fantasy 16 release. Yes, can't wait. Great job, guys, on the amazing plats, 100%. And thanks for keeping this community such a great place to be a part of. Very well said, I like that. Thank you very much, and great month.
SoundCloud 1985. Last stop, I enjoyed it pretty much. Left me wanting though. Pretty much let me wanting though. Life is Strange, awesome too. Erica was weird to me. What Remains of Edith Finch was good, yet a somber story, agreed. Ice Age alright.
Ice Age? Aye.
Ben 10 was buggy, but there was a fix for one trophy.
Good month. Love to see it. Very nice. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that indeed. Okay, so we've got Aiden Sam, 6 plats and 2 100% games. Pretty good month. 100% Garfield kart. Not a bad little kart racer. It had some frustrating moments, but I quite enjoyed it overall. Plat 44 was PlayStation VR Worlds. I got this with the VR and really enjoyed it, but never thought I would get the plat back then. But after getting back into it, I found it quite easy. The only thing I didn't like was one of the games made me feel really sick whenever I played it. 485 was Avicii in Vector. This game was a huge surprise to me. I got it from PS Extra because I like music games, but this was the first one I've ever played with a controller. After getting the hang of it though, I had loads of fun. Highly recommend to anybody who likes music, rhythm games, or just someone who wants to try something unique. We've got Plat 486, MotoGP, fun little MotoGP game. Very grindy and screw that 20-player online race win trophy. We've got Sly 1, very good game. Never played these games originally, so this was a new experience for me. Sly 2, didn't like this one as much as the first. The game went open world and I didn't find it as fun as the more linear levels of the first game. We've got 100% on Adventure Capitalist. Didn't like this one, just an idle clicker game. Not a big fan of those games anyway, but hey, it was free, so nothing lost. And then we've got Plat 489, which is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. This game has so much random stuff around the map to collect. It got so annoying by the end, I was just rushing to get it over with. I will go back to the DLC at some point, but I'm sick of this game for now. Yeah, I kind of felt like that towards the end as well, so I can kind of understand where you're coming from with that one. But yeah, what a great month. And oh, here he is, the boyo.
Okay, so let's see. Well, first off, everyone, and especially Jeff, will be relieved that this won't be long.
Oh, well, I'm not reading this time anyway, so you should have made it go on forever, Ron.
By far my worst month for trophies and plats since I first joined the server. But on the flip side, this month has been one of the most fun I've had in a very long time. It's what it's all about. I set a goal of trying to do one large game a month, and have games lined up to play with MI8 player?
Yeah.
And Alex. I'm not saying it. Doesn't feel right. And look forward to that. That's You, PS4, a hilarious party game that I started with my wife and best friend one Sunday at the recommendation of Alex. Not laughed so much in a long time. Alex had said you'll end up drawing phalluses on each other's pictures, so I said to myself, we won't do that when we play. Fast forward 20 minutes into the game and we are all drawing phalluses on each other. Also, me, Alex and Jeff had a game one night too, and we were creasing ourselves laughing. Highly recommend this game. You do need 6 devices to get the plat. Though, so bear that in mind when it's not hard to plat and super fun. Was that the night that I set you up on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah, so while we were playing,
Honestly.
Becky was sat right next to me and it was hilarious.
Honestly.
We actually used your face in one of the last ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
Weren't you an elf? You get an elf?
Yeah, they didn't dare draw anything bad on me. The Forest PS4, this was one of the first games that me and a MI8 player have ever played together, and it's one of the best experiences I've had in video gaming. We ended up sinking easy 80 hours into it. We just went exploring, didn't bother with any of the guides or anything. We just went into the wilderness exploring and having a blast. My wife even asked if she could join us, as she could see how much fun we were having, so she did, and we all got the plat together. Mark tried running to the other side of the island with Kerry, but I found them evil grin. A wonderful horror survival game. Couldn't recommend it enough. A must play.
I never thought, but if Onyx doesn't have the platinum for the Forest, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Like a Dragon Ishin?
Yeah.
PS4. Well, this bad boy took nearly all of my month, but golly, it was worth it. Such an epic game. I'd rank it joint 3rd in my best ever Yakuza. There's a serious grind in it, which I won't lie, but the story, characters, and overall game is just so good.
Very nice.
Sometimes it's all about the fun. Oh, there's more. Tekken 7, another game me and Mark played together. Friends! Just smashing each other's faces in. Not a fan of fighting games, but I love playing this. Not played a Tekken game since PS2 era, if I recall. Got it done in a day and super easy plat, what I needed, and was great playing alongside Mark again. Next month plans. First off, sorry Jeff, not getting round to Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will start as soon as I'm done with Jedi Fallen Order.
You're making me cry, Rob.
Jedi Fallen Order though.
What?
So at least it's doing like something that you like.
I don't care. I love Star Wars, but I don't care. I'm going to literally come to his house, right? Put Final Fantasy VII Remake on, peel his eyelids back so he has to play.
I have a few games lined up with Mark. Friends. But due to Privacy Against Excellence Act, I cannot disclose which games me and Alex are starting. TMNT Cowbunge.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cowbunge Collection.
Bunja?
No.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga! Cowbunge, apparently, because it looks like an F.
Where's it?
And not an A.
Oh, Cowabunga, yeah.
Yeah, there it looks like an F.
Right. Great month, Rob. Love that. Just play Final Fantasy, really. That's like, I'm not bothered about all the other games. Leon. So, Mafia Definitive Edition, fantastic game. Wouldn't say the 6 out of 10 is justified, as it really wasn't that difficult. I totally agree. The hardest part for me was the on-rails truck section, my least favourite of the trilogy, but still a very good game that's worth playing. Toro, an easy peasy plat I bought about 6 years ago. Couldn't stomach platting it back then, but got enough willpower to do it. Nice clean up. Rocksmith 2014. The only plat I've done that requires an actual skill. Good game overall. Really enjoyed my time with it, and will keep using as a tool to learn some songs. Cheeky sub 1% plat as well, which is nice. Really, really well done, that, Leon. Love to see it.
Go back up a second. I just want to make a point. I love this. Congrats to everyone this month. You've all done fantastic.
I didn't see that. I'm so
I love
sorry,
how
Leon.
many people write that on the end of this. Like, it's such a nice little community, isn't it? Like, everyone bigs each other up.
Yeah, like when I first started talking about it, when we first met and stuff, I don't know how I don't know what you'd have thought. You thought it was just like having a laugh. I don't know, but it is, honestly, everyone's great. Everyone is really, really great.
Oh, the boy, Shaz.
Yeah.
Giving the big giveaway.
He's a generous man. I would Shaz love to see it.
Right, did some VR2 stuff to start off with. I'll keep it as brief as possible. Swordsman, this game was solid and really fun. Dual wielding swords and taking heads off was great. Not to mention all the tricks you can pull off due to the Sensus controller over the PS Move controllers. Job Simulator, one word, hilarious. Awesome Asteroids. I played this one without VR as it's optional, but nonetheless, fun little game. Altair Breaker. Got fastest achiever for this one. It started fighting against robots, then a boss at the end. My arms were dead by the time I had the plat. Jurassic World Aftermath Collection. This game is just amazing. It's like Outlast but with dinosaurs. Unfortunately, there was a game-breaking glitch that would give you an infinite black screen. I didn't know about this and started the game, which ruined the fastest achiever attempt. Fruit Ninja. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I think everyone knows what this is, yeah?
So, it's PUBG, so PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's like a battle royale game. It's like Fortnite, but no, it's cartoon.
So drive around and hunt your horn to attract enemy attention and kill them simulator.
Yeah. Probably described it better than me.
The Dark Pictures Switchback, amazing horror game for the VR. Jump scares were really well done, and this was the perfect game to showcase the technology to people. If you have them, over great use of the new eye tracking too. Terminator Salvation did this with
Irim, yeah, it's his wife.
In local co-op, we actually really enjoyed this and had a good time. Secret Neighbour, absolutely rubbish, to be honest. Locked the lobby down with a friend and boosted it.
Nice, great month, Shaz. Really, really good month, that. I love it. Black Phantom, a better month in February in terms of quantity for the plats. Tried so hard to squeeze Minecraft Dungeons in there in the last couple of days, but it's not possible since there's quite a lot of grind that needs to be done. Anyway, at least it'll be on April's submission. So it got super hot, had only the No Death Challenge left, and it happened to pick it up. After 2 to 3 months and complete on the first go. If anyone wants to play this game, it's a cool, kind of unique type of game, but the challenges for the plat is ruining the experience, at least for me. Horizon Forbidden West, an amazing game and sequel to the Zero Dawn. Many new mechanics, gadgets, weapons and machines, not that much of a difference trophy-wise, comparing it to its predecessor, except some of the new mechanic-related trophies. A solid game that I totally recommend to anyone. One night stand again. Black Phantom and James's mate being up to no good. A nice short point and click choice making game that has different endings according to your choices. Straightforward platinum by having to see all of the endings when you have to do everything the game has to offer. I recommend it for those who like indie or not choice making experiences. What's that? Drawn? A hand-drawn RPG with many cool mechanics, different classes that each have different unique skills to fit each playstyle. Very cool. I enjoyed it more than expected. Some trophies are straightforward, some others are a bit more complicated, and 2 of them are completely RNG reliable, which makes them a bit meh. Overall, a nice indie game. Side note, it also looks like I'm at rank 25 or rank 25th for the fastest 100% on the game, which makes it one of the very few games I have on the fastest completion leaderboards in PSMP. wow, cheers to all the legends, killing it for yet another month, and of course the man himself for making this community and bringing people closer together through the thing we love the most, gaming.
Stop giving him a big
Oh,
hand, please.
honestly,
It's just going to be like this.
It makes me feel, this is why I'm always happy. It's honestly, I wake up every day.
Not because of me.
No,
Not because of me.
you second. Oh, you're joking.
All you guys come before me.
No, I love stuff like that, honestly.
It's
It
nice.
does really put a smile on my face, and what a great month for Black Phantom.
Well, Jay, I like this one. Pretty much all easy games this month, but a fun time playing them, except Shadow of War. So we got Tekken 7, Doom 64, Astro's Playroom, F122, Middle-earth, Shadow of War, and Celeste.
So Astro's Playroom, I know we've just mentioned about you not having the PS5, but one day, maybe when I'm at work...
I have played that on a different PS5, obviously.
You might have to do it on mine just when I'm at work, and it's only...
What, to give you the plat?
No, I've got it.
That's what we're doing with Last of Us.
It's because I put up the Last of Us on mine, but I don't have the PS5 version done yet. But yeah, when I'm at work one day and you're off, just play Astro's Playroom here. Instead of, obviously you can't on yours, but it's only a couple of hours long, and it's so good, really fun. Oh, here he is, MI player, 3 plats and 2 DLC cleanup this month. Deliver Us the Moon, really enjoyed looking through a window at the graphics for a couple of minutes, hating every second after. Stop it, Mark, it was good. Rob will agree with me, Rob will agree. The Forest don't usually like these sort of games, but with Rob and his lovely wife, had an amazing experience, loved every second, helped we looked out and had the same week off work. Yeah, I was going to say, because 80 hours in the time you've done it was pretty impressive, so that's worked out quite nice. Tekken 7, easy but fun, got no punch. Robin...
got 2.
Oh, sorry. Try that again. Oh, try again. Tekken 7, easy but fun. Got to punch Rob in the face and still remembered a few moves from the old school Tekken days. I just be Eddie Gordo and just press X and circle and just spin around on my head. It's easy. Shadow of Mordor, went back to the DLCs, had to do the base game again as I had no save. My longest cleanup by nearly 2 years. Great game. Finally did New Game Plus on Ghost of Tsushima. That's amazing. Very nice month. Love to see it.
Titan.
Yeah.
Pretty good month for me. 3 plats and some other progress. Persona 3 Portable, my favourite Persona game. Was thrilled to finally get it ported to modern consoles. Just make sure to follow a guide on your second playthrough and make sure not mess up and have to do a third one like me. 8 out of 10. Guardians of the Galaxy, not gonna lie, this game was highly overrated. I still enjoyed my time with it, but if it wasn't using characters I already have attachment to, I probably would have had a lot harder time getting through it. 6 out of 10.
I think it's a little unfair. I think it is really good. My only critique of it is you only control Star-Lord, and
you don't get to be
you using the I think it's like the D-pad. You would tell Groot to attack, and
it would be cool to be like Groot or Gamora.
It would be cool to switch with them and use them for a bit. I would have enjoyed that, but I thought it was the soundtrack. I mean, you'll enjoy it because you love all some 80s stuff as well. But yeah, it's just like playing the film. It's super fun.
Theatre Rhythm, Final Bar Line. Expected to like this game, ended up loving it. Playing a new song still felt fresh even after going through over 300 of them, and the RPG elements added just enough depth. 9 out of 10. Finally, Outriders is my current backlog.
Work in progress, maybe.
And inching closer and closer to that DBD.
Dead by Daylight.
100%. The Dead by Daylight plat is all, so don't count it towards.
Leaderboards, yeah. Well, Griff. So Griff is ridiculous, by the way. I don't know how he's just knocking these games out, but he's ridiculous. So Last Guardian, good game, was really annoying trophies. Like here, all hints, which involve standing still in certain spots for 20 minutes at a time. That just seems silly, doesn't it? Deus Ex, left the game years ago after an all-arm trophy glitched on me, which happened again, but got it on 3rd playthrough. Horizon Forbidden West, got this for Plat 600, and I agree with Jangus, it's a masterpiece of story and lore, so interesting to me. Don't forget the protagonists, Griff. It's the best part of the game, right? No, honestly, it's an unbelievable game, absolutely love it. Destroy All Humans, loved this game as a kid, probably wouldn't enjoy it without the nostalgia. Outriders, nothing special, easy plat, auto popped PS4 version. Wolf 2, German, got mine Leben on the third try. Absolute madness, absolute madness. Back for Blood, thanks to Ray for showing me the OP melee build and kill grinding spot, 9 out of 10 difficulty, auto pop PS4 version. Outlast 2, found this harder than Wolf 2. The lack of combat made the permadeath mode a lot more boring. Anyone who goes for this, don't be like me and actually use your night vision. I finished the game with over 50% battery on my insane 1 battery run. So if you think that The Last of Us is scary and puts you on edge, I might have to let you play Outlast one time. So Outlast has no combat, can't fight back. And you generally, I'm going to probably butcher this because I've not really played them myself, but you for the most part stumbling around in the dark.
I think I've seen
with like
that.
a camcorder type thing.
I've seen that, and I think when I saw it, I was like, "That's not for me."
And you can put it on, you can see through the night vision.
Yeah.
But then when you run out of battery in the pitch black, and there's just people chasing you and stuff, and it's brutal. But yeah, that would be quite funny to watch you do that on stream.
No, it really wouldn't.
Squirrel
ruler. Dead Cells isn't a plat, but I did regain 100%. Currently 5th in the first achievers for NA, up from the 10th. What's NA?
North America.
Ah. Oh well. See, I was just thinking it was a gaming one.
You'll start to get all of the little abbreviations. Yeah.
Number 150 and 8K. Final Fantasy VII Remake, PS4. This was the game that took most of my time this month. I wanted it to be milestone, so I had to do some prep work for it. Loved the game, except for the combat, and hard really amplified why the combat didn't click for me. Number 152, Dead Nation Vita. Absolutely love this game. Hope it makes it as the game of the month for April. We'll be playing another version anyway, because TT has an event that will make good use of the game. HMU for co-op?
Hit me up. Maybe.
Hit me up.
I'm just guessing.
Hit them up for
I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm just gonna guess.
The rest are just filler games that I use to set up milestones or trophy streak games that I use to pop a single trophy for a day in case I'm not able to earn one because I'm busy. Nothing bad, just shorter and easier. I apparently like stranger games since I've now played them all without realising.
Ah. LMAO. Ravenscourt, it's been a better month for me than the last two comparatively. Loved Yakuza, Dead Souls and Ghost Runner. FIFA 23 is like what every FIFA turns out to be for me, an addiction. Therefore, still play it whenever I get some time. Dead Space Ignition was also a delight to play. Very nice month for Ravenscourt, love that.
Scott Casper, this is my first doing this, hopefully doing it right. Only joined a couple of weeks back. There's a really good server. Hopefully I get to know everyone better and completed Cyberpunk, one of my games. I stopped because it was buggy. When it came out, it still crashes, but not as much. Really enjoyed the story, hopefully, and hope better month next month. Welcome, Scott.
Welcome, Scott Casper. What guy? We got Ray. Here he is, Bibby.
Weird.
It's Ray. It's allowed. So, repost due to getting another plat at the end. My Fred Pedro, difficulty 5 out of 10. Shadow Warrior 3. We've got Bright Memory Infinite, difficult 3 out of 10. Great game, just needs a longer sequel with a tad bit of polish is all. Metal Hellsinger, 3 out of 10. Fun game with an amazing soundtrack. Back for Blood, 9 out of 10. First 9 of the month, and a fun hard game too. Hard Reset Redux, 9 out of 10. Game's alright, it has some jank to it, but I've played worse. The Hong Kong Massacre, a 7 out of 10. Hotline Miami is better. We've got Butcher, 7 out of 10. Underrated and super fun. Top 10 fastest achievers for me too. And Valfaris, a 7 out of 10. This was in the backlog for a minute. Glad to finally get it out of the way. What an absolute month. He's ridiculous. And so you remember when it was rare that I did Alien with a Mark?
Oh,
so
yes.
So when I first moved in, you started to come round and we had that first little session of gaming on the floor.
Is that who I was getting to say different words? Because of the accent?
I think so, yeah. So yeah, race from Miami.
Yes,
So you
I
might
remember.
have to put us up one time.
Oh,
mate.
100%. I would love to come to Miami.
When we go to Florida, we'll come over. You can put us up. Right.
Next. So this month has been nothing but
Calvasard with errors.
I'm a teacher, but isn't that hurting my brain?
Calvasard, right? Calvasard of errors.
Apparently, we'll go with that. So when I have games, it's been sessions few and far between. The most impressive thing about this list is that over half of it's taken place in the last 24 hours. Good going. I would like to personally apologise to the boss for the heart attack that he may have when witnessing these completion percentages, and also to Mark, Dragon, Rob and Leon for having to listen to me whinge and moan in the plat chat whenever I've been around. Anyway, on with the show. Lost for words beyond the page. This was a... What?
Lost for words?
Lost words, oh my gosh. Honestly. Lost words beyond the page. This was a pretty decent game. It was short enough, took me maybe 4 or 5 hours of actual gameplay. Nowhere past 6. It was a very interesting take on the manifestation of the 7 stages of grief, and I'd recommend it if you have some time to kill, but I don't want anything too hard. AER Memories of Old. Another very short, very quick little fly around, but the traversal became long-winded and boring towards the end, even for such a short game. BB and Tina, New Adventures with Horses. Well, what can I say?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And if you don't, may I direct you over to the Mystic Ryan when you're finished here. I now have both new B&T games completed, and I won't be doing any more. Would I recommend it?
Oh, it's cool.
Look, another one!
Another person having a one-night stand.
One-night stand. I sullied my Steam account with this many moons ago, just like James there. So I thought it was only fair and proper I subject my PlayStation account to it as well. Short visual novel with a fair few different endings that can be quite funny depending on the options you choose. Definitely not as bad as people make it out to be, but nothing to write home about. Iris Fall. Another very short and sweet puzzle game that I picked up on sale a little bit ago. It's definitely worth a playthrough if you like those sorts of games. It definitely reminded me of Little Nightmares.
Yeah, I think you like Little Nightmares, actually. It's pretty,
I think I've heard of it.
Pretty cool. So Sturzy's back with his break games, only a few platinums this month, been busy with work again, doing earlies and late, so limited gaming, been working on a few other games as well. So yeah, St. Patrick's Day, break, head to head, and last stop. Nice. Well done, Adam.
The Boss. Standard month for me, got my 3 completions. Super Time Force Ultra, a fun action platformer where you use time to rewind and bring out more people to beat enemies and solve puzzles. Once you get used to it, it's quite fun. The challenge rooms are a great showcase of the time mechanics for puzzles. Downside, the writing is terrible. Sonic Forces, just a rare DLC cleanup by me. Dead Space Remake, I thought this was a fantastic remake, changed some things for the original, all for the better in my opinion. Still an absolute masterpiece in survival horror. Transformers Devastation, had to do it for the sub 1% plat. A fun Transformers game made by Platinum Games. Combat is good, not their best work though. The game's short, which is nice, but it still feels boring having to do like 6 playthroughs, especially since to SS all chapters on Commander you have to abuse 2 moves.
Abuse 2 moves to the
whole run.
There's a lot of 2s. And, yeah, the boss absolutely smashing it as always. And look at that Transformers Devastation plat, 0.89%. I did have a look at that because it was 3 years ago, and I love Transformers, but I don't know, some of the trophies put me off a little bit. So we've got Rye Alex, the legend, just 3 plats for the month and 200%. We've got Assassin's Creed Rogue on the PS3, did it back on the PS4, so I thought I might as well finish it off. One of my favourite AC games despite the length of the game. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag multiplayer always put me off doing the plat, but wasn't so bad at the end. Playing the story again was good after 9 years. Yeah, sorry I didn't I know I mentioned, and I've done it with a few people, sorry I didn't end up getting to join. I do commit to these things because they are games that I need to get back to, and then just time is just like with work and everything else, I can't always commit, so yeah, apologies about that. Project Cars 2, played it back in 2020, thought just finish it. 350 races online was a grind. Luckily I had some folks from the group chat to talk to while doing it, so yeah, glad to put behind me. And then we've got eFootball 23 put on the PS4 and 5. Special thanks to Flick Pro for helping me, which made life easier with the trophies. As always, everyone had a smashing month. Happy hunting for next month. Really good month that, dude, well done.
Bartek. This was a slow and bad one for me. After February I did a longer break with gaming, and now I try to return and get some new plats. To be honest, I'm not sad or disappointed. April, I'm ready. Number 68. Guardians of the Galaxy. Not much to say. I'm really hyped for the new film. And last day of June, 100%.
Nice, well done Bartek. Getting towards the end now. Botty Fish, 11 platinum, 12 games, 100%. Let's see, because I know often they'll chuck a couple of easy ones in. It's hard to see the percentages, but you'll see they're all like 90% and stuff. So yeah, good number, but just a lot of like shorter, easier stuff. Yeah, well done, Botty Fish, very nice.
Zoltan8212. Working on a couple of longer games, and Resident Evil 4 has taken over, so it was a bit of a slower month. Death's Door, great little indie game, very Zelda-esque. Love that. Great music and love the art style. The Messenger, another great indie game, one of those games that made me wonder why I'd waited so long to play it. Great callbacks to multiple classic series. Batman Arkham Knight, got the platinum in February, so this was just DLC cleanup for 100%. Final 3 community challenges were absolutely brutal, very satisfying completion.
Nice, well done Zoltan, love that. And
oh my
it's
goodness.
Joel, be unashamed. It's the colours making that really difficult to see from where we're sat. So first was Duck Souls 2, 3 out of 10. Great little platform for a cheap plat, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, I did mention this on a video for like little grubby platformers as they go. It was actually alright. Second, yeah, so I did see him post this. The second was freaking Super Meat Boy.
What, you got the plat? Whoa!
10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
Never going to top that one. Played it off and on for 5 years and really started to work on it relentlessly when I watched Nick AR do it on YouTube. That's kind of what, similar with me really, yeah. Watching Nick really give me that kind of push to go back in. And although I've had a little break recently, because I've been trying to catch up with my other games, yeah, I'm going to go back in soon. I only have a couple of trophies left. Say only. The hardest
ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing Missile Boy at the moment. And then it's just like 3 other trophies. I think it's like the Cotton Alley stuff and then one from the Dark World in Rapture maybe. But yeah, what a platinum. Absolutely unbelievable. It took me about 200 hours, according to the console, not counting all the hours I played with my brother on his or on PC. If I can do it, anyone that is prepared to die 10 of thousands of times can. Fourth was Ollie Ollie 2, 8 out of 10. Definitely nothing compared to Super Meat Boy, but still very happy to have it done. It's still pretty difficult for sure, but also much less enjoyable. No more skating or Trials Fusion type stuff for me. Very well done. God of War Ragnarok, probably 3 out of 10, but very enjoyable. My game of the year from last year, although I haven't played Elden Ring yet. I want to get every stack of God of War on my list at some point, and this is number 5 of 12. Shadow of War, probably only like a 2 out of 10, but a great game. Had the plat before and got the DLC because it was the club game and like 80% off, great time. Far Cry 4, about a 2 out of 10, just DLC cleanup, decent play, but I had to do it twice for glitch trophies. Marcy's Adventures, very good little 15-minute game for 9 cents, wow, or whatever on sale. Rest isn't really noteworthy. I think next month we'll almost exclusively clean up since I want to get percentage as high as I can and actually have quite a bit of low-hanging fruit there. I want to knock that all out before I let myself buy a PS5. But no, that's really good.
Motor Compa.
Very calm, Thomas.
Thomas.
Would be yeah.
Got close to 4 plats, but at least I got 2. Enjoyed my hero ones, Justice, an anime fighting game. Gonna play the second one as well. Darksiders Genesis was alright. Played the whole thing co-op with a friend. Great month, everybody. You're all smashing it.
Very well done, Thomas. Love to see it as always. Absolutely brilliant. Post office buddy. No. Not a particularly active month for me, unfortunately, only 2 plats, although I did get the fastest non-auto pop completion time for All-Star Brawl. Gal Guardian's Demon Purge is pretty fun Castlevania-like. I don't call it a Metroidvania since it's level-based. It's a decent challenge too. You have to beat boss rush mode on the highest difficulty setting. Very, very nice indeed. Love that.
Tommy 4. Tommy and Tommy 4.
Tommy 4, yeah.
Only 5 games for March. Still missing 2 trophies in Black Ops 3. I'm very new to the map moon, so I need to learn it. So far, I've mainly been focusing on ultra rare trophies. Gonna keep doing that this month.
Joining the ultra rare friends.
Ultra rare friends.
Father Jack, definitely one of my better months. Recently got a PS3, so went for a lot of cleanup. Also going to get the 100% for Borderlands and GTA very soon. So what I'll do is, just because he's not going into the games individually, we'll just extend that for you guys to have a little peruse over. Yeah, little goosey gander. One way, little goosey gander. Or for GTA 4, that's a very impressive one. 7 years, 8 months as well. Tony Hawk's done as well, which I'm playing myself, as you know, so I respect that. I'm just going to force Alex to do it for me when he comes over.
Exotic Shooter 24. 5 platinums for March. Not bad, not too bad. Hoping to up the numbers in the coming months. A lot of cleanups to do, onwards and upwards. So what have we got? Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Resistance 3, Ape Escape, Monopoly Madness, and Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure.
Nutty Adventure. Oh dear. And then last but not least, we managed to, so LC Gatsu we forgot to post, and we opened it up for them to get it in, so looking forward to this. So only got 2 platinums this month, but I got my rarest Brawl Out. Honestly, I did not enjoy this game, but I stuck with it, and it is now my rarest platinum. Really proud of it because it took a lot of perseverance and dedication. Well done on that. Dragon Ball Z, Budokai, HD collection. These games were these games were my introduction to Dragon Ball Z back on the PS2, and I still love them. It was a lot of fun going back to them, and I'm really happy to have the plat. Really good month, yeah. Brawl Out 1.26%, so very, very impressive. Love that. As you say, it was your rarest platinum, which is really good. Hopefully you can push yourself for something sub 1% next time. That would be really, really good to see. But yeah, it's the platinum collection. So yeah, no leaderboards. As I say, I know it's a bit disappointing for some, but it's just time and everything else, which, it is what it is. So we do it the way I mentioned. So from everything you've seen, if you pop that in People's Champion, just with who you think deserves it, you can leave a reason why. You don't have to. You can just put their name, and we'll then sort of hook you up with Liner Beast to get that PSN credit, which is an amazing gesture from him. Did you enjoy doing all that?
I actually really did, surprisingly. I was worried I was going to be really robotic and oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, because it is weird. I remember the first time, when I watch my first video back now, it's so bad. I'm just like, I am Platinum Jangus. I even sound Georgian. I'm like, I'm Platinum Jangus. I definitely don't sound like that. But no, I was just kind of like, Platinum Jangus. It was weird.
But I don't think I would ever be like that in my life. I don't think I can be like that.
Yeah, I think it was just staring into a camera on your own. But no, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. It's been really fun.
I hope you all enjoy it.
Yeah, if everyone has. I mean, I'd like this to be the format moving forward, and it helps me as well, because when we do these bits here, the monthly platinum collection, when we're taking turns in reading,
it's not losing his voice.
Yeah, it gives me a little bit of a break. I think we can have a bit of a laugh. There's moments there where I don't think they would have happened.
Bants.
Yeah, those bits of bants that probably wouldn't have happened, would they? If it was just me on my own.
All those innuendos.
Yeah, especially Donut County, but Hole getting bigger. I think that was my favourite one of the whole review. I'll have to show you.
Of course, it's your favourite one.
We'll set it up for you, and we'll see.
You want me to watch some holes getting bigger? You all heard that.
But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. It was super fun. Hopefully, you guys have thought the same. And apologies again that it took so long to get it out. just keeps happening. But yeah, sorry it's taken until the 7th of April to do the monthly review. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please drop it a like, leave it a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. It really, really means a lot. I'm going to put some links in the description. So, of course, there'll be a link to the Patreon if you want to offer that additional support. There'll be links to the Discord. So if you're not in there, why are you not in there? Come and join the greatest community ever. It really is that good. And I'll pop some links to my socials, like Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. And then the PSN profile links like I usually do, but we'll put yours in as well. So I'll put Becky's PSN profiles link in the video. So if you want to look at the list in full at any point, you can. And you've got no friends, so if anyone wants...
I don't. I'm only friends with you.
So, yeah, so if you want to drop her a request, by all means, you know. And you might be more daring to join the chats and stuff now, mightn't you? Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. You have a few drinks in you and then you'll be alright. But no, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I'll say bye.
Bye, everyone.
Look after yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.